All right, guys, this is a quick instructional video on the E04 type on path exercise, which we started on Friday. Some of you just watched the demo, others of you have practiced with this. Regardless, I'd like you to try it again. And so you're going to open up this file, which you should have saved to your own folder from the exercises folder. Okay, so open up that file, and you should see it's just a background file, and there are two guides on it, which we're going to use to create our path. Okay, the tools we're going to use are the pen tool, the type tool, and the direct selection tool, which is hiding beneath the path selection tool. So you're going to need to click and select on that one. I like to get these set before I begin, just so I don't get confused along the way. Okay, now I'm going to select my type first as well. I want to make sure it's left aligned, and I'll make this about 24 point. And really any kind of bold font that you would like. Why don't we go with the Arial bold once again, and then you can change it up later. Okay, so here's Arial bold, and we'll just go with that. Okay, so we're going to start with the pen tool. I'm going to click and drag from that first guide up. And then on the right side, and I'm doing it right from where the mountain meets the sky, I'm going to click and drag down. Okay, so what we've just created is a path. And the path is what we're going to type on. The direct selection tool allows us to move the path around. We can also move the handles so we can make different types of paths. Okay, so we could rotate it like that. So the direct selection tool allows us to modify the path. Okay, I'm going to add another point with the pen tool in the middle, and then we're going to use the direct selection tool again. Now, another way to access the direct select tool is to hold Command with your with the pen tool selected, and then I can use that direct selection tool without having to change the tool. Okay, so I just added another anchor point to the middle just in case I want to adjust the height. Gives me a little bit more flexibility. I can stretch these out so I make it a little wider, or I can make it more narrow. So those are just some modifications that you can do with the tool. Okay, so now we're going to type on this path. Before we do, just want to point out that in the Paths palette, next to the Layers palette, you can see the path that I have created. Technically, this is invisible right now, but as soon as we start typing on it, we can use that to it becomes sort of the guideline that we're working from. Okay, so it's always going to be there, but it won't visibly be a line. Okay, so I'm going to get the type tool, and when I get close to the path, my type tool changes, and that indicates it's ready to start typing. You can see the little curve next to the cursor, so I'm going to click here. You'll notice too that when you do, you get an X to signify the beginning of the type, and this little circle is where the type will end. So if that is too far away, I'm going to show you how to move that so that you have more room to type. Okay, so we're going to just type a little phrase here. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, exclamation point. Okay, and then I'm going to double or triple click to select all of my text, and I'm going to center it. All right, so I do like to start with the text aligned left, because otherwise you do run into some issues with the length of the text, and it's a little bit more complicated to resolve that. Okay, so let's just say I need to fix that. Okay, I'm going to go to the direct selection tool. Okay, and here I'm on the path. I'm going to press the Command key. Let me first move these guys out of the way. And I can move that cursor. So if it's too short, okay, we can stretch that further. And so it's a good idea to have them equidistant on either end of the path. Okay. All right. So what I would like you guys to do with your time today is just to create a basic type on path. Okay. As soon as you're done, you will notice again, you've got a type layer and a background layer. When I click on the background layer, the type layer is gone. And so the path is still there, it's just not showing up. All right, so this video, hopefully it was helpful in getting started with this. I'd like you to finish this up. You're going to save it to your folder, and then I'd like you to save a JPEG copy to the Canvas Dropbox. Thanks, guys.